Hi, I'm the Cowardly Lion. These are my friends. Tell them who you are.
I'm Rocky?
Yes. And this is the Disgusted Elephant. Say hello.
Hi.
Today we're going to be reading Oh Say Can You Say by Dr. Seuss. And as you can plainly see, it's one of the greatest Dr. Seuss stories ever made. It is also a Dr. Seuss beginner book, but it's full of tongue twisters that may be easy and difficult. Here's Erin Barnhardt to read the story right now. Erin, you're on.
Okay. Said a book reading parrot named Hooey. The words in this book are all phooey. When you say them, your lips will make slips and backflips, and your tongue may end up in St. Louis.
Actually, the camera's supposed to be on the book, Erin.
Oh, okay.
Start again.
Said a book reading parrot named Hooey. The words in this book are all phooey. When you say them, your lips will make slips and backflips, and your tongue may end up in St. Louis. Do you like fresh fish? It's just fine at Finny's Diner. Finny also has some fresher fish that's fresher and much finer. But his best fish and his freshest fish, and Finny says with pride, the finest fish at Finny's is my freshest fish, French fried. So, don't order the fresh or the fresher fish. At Finny's, if you're wise, you'll say, fetch me the finest French fried, freshest fish that Finny fries. Denny's shin. We have a dinosaur named Den. Den's thin. Den doesn't have much skin, and all the bones fall out of his left front shin. So then we have to call the pinner Blin, who comes with his handy shin pin bin and with a thin Blin shin bone pin. Blin pins Den's shin bones right back in. Bed spreader. Bed spreaders spread spreads on beds. Bread spreaders spread butters on breads. And that bed spreader better watch out how he's spreading, or that bread spreader's sure gonna butter his bedding. Ape cakes, grape cakes. As he gobbled the cakes on his plate, the greedy ape said as he ate, the greener green grapes are, the keener keen apes are to gobble green grape cakes. They're great. Are you having trouble in saying this stuff? It's really quite easy for me. I just look in the mirror and see what I say, and then I just say what I see. Now let's talk about money. You should leave your groks home when you travel by air. If you take him along, they charge double the fare. And your groks must be packed and locked up in a groks box, which costs much, much more than a little old fox box. So it's heaps a lot cheaper to fly with your foxes than waste all that money on boxes for grokses. And what do you think costs more, a simple thimble or a single shingle? A simple thimble could cost less than a single shingle would, I guess, so I think that the single shingle should cost more than the simple thimble would. Thimble. Eat at Skipper's Zips. If you like to eat potato chips and chew pork chops on clipper ships, I suggest that you chew a few chips and a chop at Skipper's Zips clipper ship chip chop shops. There are so many things that you really should know, and that's why I'm bothering telling you so. You should know that the first names of the Fudnudler brothers, who like to pile each on the heads of the others. If you start at the top, there are Bipper and Bud, and Skipper and Jipper and Jeffrey and Judd, Horatio, Horace, and Hendrix and Hud, and then come Dinwoody and Dinty and Dud. Also Fitz, Simon and Frederick and Fudd, and Slinky and Stinky and Stewart and Stud. And down at the bottom is poor little Lud, but if Lud ever sneezes, his name will be Mud.
Now I'm going to take over. Quack, quack. We have 2 ducks, one blue, one black. And when our blue duck goes quack, quack, our black duck quickly quacks back. The quack's blue quacks make her quite a quacker, but black is a quicker quacker backer. And speaking of quacks reminds me of cracks and stacks and sacks and shacks and schnacks. So, oh say can you say, I have cracks in my shack. I have a smoke in my stack. And I think there's a snack in the sack on my back. West Beast, East Beast. Upon an island hard to reach, the East Beast sits upon his beach. Upon the West Beast sits the West Beast. Each beach beast thinks he's the best beast. Which beast is best? Well, he thought at first that the East was best, and the West was worst. Then I looked again from the West to the East, and he liked the beast on the East beach least. Pete pats pigs. Pete Briggs pats pigs. Briggs pats pink pigs. Briggs pats big pigs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter. Pete Briggs is a pink pig, big pig patter. Pete Briggs pats his pigs all day. Don't ask me why, I can't say. Then Pete puts his patted pigs away in his Pete Briggs pink pigs, big pigs, pig pigs. Fritz food, Fred food. Fritz needs Fred's, and Fred needs Fritz. Fritz feeds Fred, and Fred feeds Fritz. Fred feeds Fritz with Ritzy Fritz food. Fritz feeds Fred with Ritzy Fritz food. And Fritz, when fed, has often said, I'm a Fred fed Fritz. Fred's a Fritz Fred fed. Fred. How to tell a glotz from a glotz. Well, the glotz, you will notice, has lots of black spots. The klotz is quite different, with lots of black dots. But the big problem is that the spots on a glotz are about the same size as the dots on a klotz. So you first have to spot who the one with the dots is. Then it's easy to tell who the klotz or the glotz is. What would you rather be when you grow up? A cop in a cop's cap? Or a cupcake cook in a cupcake cook's cap? Or a fat flapjack flapper in a flat flapjack cap? Or if you think you don't like cops' caps, flapjack flappers or cupcake cooks' caps, then maybe you're one of those choosy chaps who likes kooky captain's caps, perhaps. More about Blinn. Well, when Blinn comes home tired from his work pinning shins, the happiest hour of old Blinn's day begins. As you can see, Mr. Blinn is the father of musical twins, who, tucking twin instruments under twin chins, lull their daddy to sleep with twin Blinn violins. My tongue is getting a bit ratched up. And, oh say, can you say far away in Berlin, a musical urchin named Gretchen von Schwinn has a blue-footed, true-footed, trick-fingered, slick-fingered, six-fingered, six-string twin Schwinn mandolin. Rope soap, hoop soap. If you hope to wash soup off a rope, simply scrub it with scrope. Scrope is so strong that no rope is too long. But if you wish to wash soup off a hoop, I suggest that it's best to let your old silly souped up hoop soak in Soapy Cooper's super soup off hoop soap suds. Merry Christmas mush. One year we had a Christmas brunch with Merry Christmas munch to munch. But I don't think you'd care for such. We didn't like mush to munch, mush, much. And speaking of Christmas, here are some great gifts to give to your daddy. If your daddy's name is Jim, and Jim swims, and Jim's slim, then the perfect Christmas gift for him is a set of Slim Jim Swim Bids. But if your daddy's name is Dwight, and he likes to look at birds at night, The perfect Dwight, the gift for Dwight that might be right, is a bright Dwight, bird flight, night sight light. But never give your daddy a walrus. A walrus with whiskers is not a good pet, and a walrus which whispers is worse even yet. When a walrus whispers through tough, rough, wet whiskers, then your poor daddy's ear will get blispers and bliskers. Ugh. And that's almost enough of such stuff for one day. One more and you're finished. Oh, say, can you say...
The storm starts when the drops start dropping. When the drops start dropping, the storm starts stopping.
Thank you, Austin Bryant, for reading the closing remarks of this book. That's the end of this book, and that's almost the end of the episode because we are out of time for today. I'm sure Rocky and the Disgusted Elephant liked it, didn't you guys? Oh, they did like it. Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. So see you next time, and remember, you know my motto, if you read, you'll be wild about books. Good night, everybody, and see you soon!